Make sure that you understand what's in the purple box, because this is where most students make mistakes. If you don't know, when you multiply by a negative or divide by a negative number, you need to switch this inequality symbol. So like in this example, it was greater than or equal to, but because they divided or multiplied both sides by a negative 4/3, that inequality symbol will now change to less than or equal to. If you do not do that, then your problem is wrong. So first things first, you need to know what these inequality symbols mean, and if it has an equal sign on the bottom of the inequality, such as the greater than or equal to and the less than or equal to. This little equal sign tells me in a number line when I use it that it's a filled in circle. That means that it's part of the answer. And when I do my other notation, it's going to be brackets. Again, the little equal sign means that's part of my answer. That means when I actually have my solution and I get that number, when I substitute it in, it makes it a true statement. Since these don't have little equal signs, that means open circle, parentheses, and that means that specific number is not part of the answer. It's just basically a starting point or an end point. So if we're going to start with solving this problem, the first thing we're going to do, just like when we did the equations, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. We're going to have 5x is less than 15. We're going to divide both sides by 5, and we're going to get x is less than 3. This is our inequality symbol. Our inequality statement, sorry. That inequality symbol, it is less than, and that means it's an open circle, and it's parentheses. This right here that I just wrote down in red is what you should be thinking anytime you see your actual final inequality. That's what you're going to use to actually solve, to graph your inequality answer. So we're going to go to 3. So we found 3. We're going to put an open circle, and 3 is not part of my answer, so it's not going to fill it in. And then it says x is less than. All the numbers that are less than 3 are to the left side. Any numbers that are less are always to the left side, and it's going to negative infinity. Okay, so we're going to have, add 3 to both sides. We're going to have m divided by 3 less than or equal to negative 3. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 3. And we're going to have m is less than negative 9. This is my inequality solution. And this inequality symbol right now tells me it's less than or equal to, which means it's a filled in circle and brackets. That means when I do my graph, I'm going to have 0 here, negative 9 there. At negative 9, I'm going to put a filled in circle because 9 is part of my answer. Because if I substitute it back into the m, it makes it a true statement. It's going to be a bracket, and I know all the numbers that are less than negative 9 are always going to be to the left of that number. So it goes to negative infinity. So anytime we have parentheses, we're going to distribute. So we're going to have negative 3p minus 3 is less than or equal to negative 18. We're going to add our 3 to both sides. We're going to have negative 3p less than or equal to negative 15. And now I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 3. Because I'm dividing both sides by a negative number, that means I need to switch the inequality symbol. So that means this symbol now, instead of being less than or equal to, now it's going to be greater than or equal to. That goes away and I get p. A negative 3 divided by a negative 15 is a positive 5. So this is my inequality symbol. And now I know that this symbol right here means greater than or equal to. That means it's a filled in circle and brackets. That means if I have 0 here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. At 5, I'm going to have a filled in circle. And p is greater. All the numbers that are greater than 5 are going to be to the right of that number, all the way to positive infinity. So for this problem, this is that 1% I'm telling you that you don't do the adding and subtracting first, because this 15 doesn't give you access to the top part, which is the numerator. So I need to get rid of that 15 first. And what I'm going to do is multiply both left and right side by 15. That means the 15s on the left side reduce, go away, become a 1. So now I have 9 plus a is greater than 15. Add the 9 to both sides. And I'm going to get that A is greater than 24. Okay, this is my inequality answer. So I know that that inequality symbol is greater than. If it's greater than, that means it's going to be open circle and parentheses. There is no equals to it. It's just going to be open circle. So I'm going to have, let's just say 0's here and 24 is somewhere right here. We're going to have an open circle at 24. All the numbers that are greater than 24 are to the right to positive infinity. And that's my graphical answer.